to study about photostimulable PASPER.
Photostimulable PASPER plates store radiation energy and then they release this radiation energy as light when it is stimulated by a different light source. So this is known as phosphorescence or photostimulable luminescence. The commonly used material are PASPER crystals or barium fluorohalide crystals. 85% barium fluorobromide, 15% barium fluoroiodide along with small quantity of europium is most commonly used for this type of imaging. This europium is also called as activator because this is responsible for the photostimulable luminescence property. This europium activator can create imperfection or defect in the crystals. So these areas are known as F centers. So these F centers can trap electrons. Now let's study about parts of an imaging plate. An imaging plate has following these layers. It has front and back protective layer. The role of a protective layer is to protect the PSP plate from mechanical damage during handling. Next is PASPER layer. This layer is composed of barium fluorohalide crystals and europium. So this PASPER layer traps electrons during exposure. Next is reflective layer. This reflective layer reflects the emitted light photons towards photomultiplier tube during scanning. Next is electroconductive layer. This is also known as light absorbing layer. This layer absorbs unreflected light and this also reduces static electricity. Static electricity is nothing but imbalance of electric charges. So imbalance of electric charges are reduced by this electroconductive or light absorbing layer. Next is polyester base layer. So this is also known as support layer. So this is made up of polyester. Polyester is used because of its excellent stability, durability, flexibility. And this also gives structural rigidity. So this polyester base layer acts as a base for coating all other layers. Next is light shielding layer. This light shielding layer prevents extraneous light erasing the plate before it is scanned. So all these are layers or parts of an imaging plate. Next is image formation. When the PASPER plate is exposed to radiation, divalent europium atoms are converted into trivalent europium atoms. Now this is the unstable form and this is the stable form. So along with this conversion, electrons are also released. How these electrons are released? These electrons are released by Compton and photoelectric effects. So now let me explain each of these effects in short. In Compton effect, incoming incident photon interacts with an outer electron. While interacting with an outer electron, half of the energy of incident photon is scattered in the form of scattered photon and half of the energy of incident photon is given to the outer electron which is ejected from the atom as recoil electron or Compton electron. So like this, electron is ejected from an atom by Compton effect. In photoelectric effect, incoming incident photon gives all of its energy to an inner electron and this inner electron is ejected from the atom as photoelectron. Like this, electron is ejected from an atom by photoelectric effect. As we already know that when the electrons move from valence band to the conduction band, electrical current is generated. Now, ejected electrons in the valence band are moving towards the conduction band. In between valence and conduction bands, forbidden gap is there. So, in the forbidden gap, F centers are there. So, now electrons are moving from valence band to the conduction band. When they move from valence band to the conduction band, billions of electrons are trapped at F centers. The number of electrons which are trapped per unit area is proportional to the absorbed radiation energy. When the imaging plate is scanned by a red laser light of wavelength 600 nanometer, electrons which are trapped at the F centers get enough energy to move towards the conduction band. So now what happens? Electrons in the F centers are moving towards the conduction band. From the conduction band, electrons are moving towards the valence band. When they return back to the valence band, trivalent state of europium is getting converted back to divalent state of europium along with release of blue-green light. The wavelength of blue to green light ranges from 300 to 500 nanometer. So with the help of fiber optics, this blue-green light is conducted to a photomultiplier tube. If you want to know more about a photomultiplier tube, kindly check in my channel. So this photomultiplier tube converts light into electrical energy. Now electrical signal or voltage signal is converted into digital unit with the help of analog to digital converter. Finally, we can see a digital image on the monitor.